Scarlet Witch, issue number 8. That's right, folks. This book continues to be impressive, and part of that just comes in the form of doing a standalone adventure. Sometimes you need that. That is kind of the secret key to this book, honestly, is just when it's Wanda dealing with a problem using her magic in a creative way, you get something fun out of it. Now, this book is all about wintertime. It's coming out in January. I wonder if there was maybe an initial pitch to maybe make this the December issue, but they had to shuffle some stuff around. It would have been really cool to have a character called Jack Frost, who is in this book, and have it tie into the Christmas time stuff. I don't know. Either way, what a weird book. I mean that as a compliment. I never thought a Scarlet Witch book would be what if she met Jack Frost and helped him do a Tremors? That's pretty fun. So this issue opens up and Darcy is arguing with Amaranth. They're mad at each other. So she's going by Amy now. Amaranth is going by Amy. That's her name to civilian life. They're two people who don't know their past, and they're talking about the tragedy of it, saying Wanda will help you kind of, just what's your role in this industry, what's your role in this company kind of stuff. Wanda stops them from bickering. She opens the door and is come on, let's not argue today. It's not worth it. We actually have a lesson planned for you today there, Amaranth. So we're going to go through the last door. Darcy, you watch the store. Remember, it's No Tax Tuesday. We're going to go through danger. So Wanda and Amaranth go through the last door. And as they step inside, Amaranth can't walk because it's too heavy, because her power is killing magic, and this is a magic door. It's rebelling against her. So Wanda puts a spell on her. They walk through. They end up in the Yukon of Canada, right up north from where I am, so that's pretty cool. The whole town is just people frozen in ice. Wanda's this is interesting. It feels like old magic is in here. I wonder what's going on. And then suddenly big ice worms emerge from the ground, and they're hungry, and it's a Tremors, it's a Dune, it's like sandworms, but it's ice worms. You understand. It's a big worm-faced Sarlacc pit-looking thing. Makes sense. So Wanda's going to fight a couple of big worms. Amaranth thinks she can help out and be of some use in the fight, and Wanda notices there's a man who's kind of trapped in a block of ice who is bestowing some interesting mystical magic power. So she wants to figure out who that is. And Amaranth tries to fight one of the worms by making it change its causality for existence in some weird way. She tries to cancel its power. All she does is make it attack the other worms, so it kills one of the other worms. She's no, I didn't mean it to kill that. Now it's eating its own people. That's not good. So she's freaking out, and she is gonna get eaten by a worm. We'll cut back to that later. Wanda's still fighting the fight on her side. She manages to make her way to the man who's trapped in ice, and guess what, folks? It's the thing Steve Orlando's been writing about a lot in this book. It's a hot guy with some troubled past who just shows up, has a cool design, and says, I'm here for a minute, look at me, be cool. This guy's knocked out. Wanda's how do I wake him up? He slowly emerges. We understand that his name is Jack Frost. And he's this is my fault. For centuries, I've been fighting these ice worms. They were born of primordial cold, and all I had to do was sacrifice myself to stop their spread, so I'd do that. But now they found a way to block themselves against my ice, and it's not working. And Wanda's there's more to this story than you're letting on. We'll figure it out. I have a magic key. It's called the Verisic key. It's a blunt spell. It's drawn from deep inside my own soul, but basically it will obliterate everything in you except for the truth, and it's going to hurt you. He's just do it. Anything to stop these guys. So Wanda stabs him in the head with her key, and Jack Frost reveals that he's not actually Jack Frost. That's this name he got when he came to the land of Midgard and the first people. But he is an ancient frost giant character who's he is the offspring of a frost giant and Buri. So, I don't know, race to battle Ymir, the first ice giant, and his ice worms, his weapons of mass carnage against God and humankind alike. For centuries, I held back the apocalyptic wintertide until Ymir himself struck me down and cast me upon the frozen plains of Midgard. In time, the cold healed my flesh. I was reborn again to confront evil. Blah, blah, blah. I was born to fight these worms. I don't know how to stop these worms now because they're too powerful. That's fun. That's fun. Okay. Just like a guy in some pants who's made of ice with a big ice sword fighting a big ice worm. Not against it. Not against it. Maybe we should get him together with Iceman. That'd be pretty fun. I don't know. So how are we going to stop the worms? We'll have to figure it out. Wanda's going to use like her heat to heat him up so they can like blast through the cold that is purveying them. And he's going to just use his power to make everything starting to defrost. It's pretty cool, because he also brings the spring or something. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what he does. Weird power. So the townspeople start to like not be frozen anymore. They're like, what's going on? And then Jack's like, hey, I'm Jack Frost. This problem is something I have to deal with. I'm going to deal with the worms, but first I am also like the spring thaw, so I will deal with them and get your town out of this stuff. I'm not done yet. First we got to solve the problem of these worms, but for now you are warm. I love that. I love Wanda finding a guy that's frozen and just being like, how about I help warm you up because now you know the truth of who you are. Great. Okay. Now we got a bigger problem. I'm going to use a spell. I'm going to make a little baby sun. I'm going to hold on to the sun, and it's going to shine through everything. It's going to start melting everything, including Amaranth, who was frozen and maybe eaten by a worm. And Wanda's like, don't worry. You're okay. We got everything sorted out. And we see that Jack is like leading all of the ice worms towards Wanda. And she's like, all right, now little sun, come do your thing and blast of these ice worms into ash. It's pretty cool. I like that stuff, man. That's so fun. What a interesting concept that feels so simple. Ice worms are attacking a village. How do we stop it? Well, we use the sun to burn them. Pretty cool. The whole message of this book is just like your forgotten identity and who you were. Jack Frost lost himself for literal centuries, and Amaranth is worried that that's going to be her, that she's never going to figure out who she is at any point in her life. And she's so worried about Jack for that point, too. She doesn't know how she's going to get out of the situation. Jack's like, hey, I think you'll figure it out, kids. You're doing good. You know how things are going to go. He's like, well, I'm going to head out of here. I got to be like a cool, sexy ice guy somewhere else. Look for me in the wind. Until then, farewell. And he leaves. So that's Jack Frost. He regained his consciousness because of Wanda, which should be a lesson for Amaranth to be like, yeah, Wanda's going to help me. But she takes the wrong lesson. She's like, you shouldn't... It's very weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I guess it's more like a stubborn child, unwilling to accept that like there's help waiting for her. She literally watches as Jack gets his identity back and figures out who he is because of Wanda, and the lesson she learns is it's not that simple for everybody. You don't know how horrible things can be. It's tough being me. You're ignorant to what you are, Wanda. You don't understand what that's like. And I'm like, you're literally talking to the one woman with more baggage in the Marvel Universe than anybody. She is so aware of what you are talking about. A stubborn kid who's upset that she's not learning anything about herself. So she's like, it's fine. It's annoying. Everything else is making me mad. I gotta find answers now, Wanda. So I'm gonna go do like a thing where I find answers. She's either leaving the book for now or just like telling Wanda I gotta do stuff on my own. And if that's the case, why introduce this character? Is it to show you like how Wanda has grown? How like she has figured out her stuff? Because then we have a character who is like her with a complicated backstory, who is lost and stubborn and unwilling to compromise. I wonder. Nonetheless, I'm having fun. This book is still really enjoyable to me. When we could do a standalone issue, it's like, it's Christmas time. Jack Frost is going to help her fight some ice worms. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a cool concept. Let's do it. Let's have fun with it. That's what we're doing here. I like it. Amaranth is an interesting character. I think we're building some tension that should hopefully go somewhere, but we'll find out where it actually goes. Could be nowhere. Could be something fun. My fear is that it's going to be like, I'm the daughter of a famous character, like Dr. Druid or something. I hope that's not the case. I really hope it's just, I don't know, or like an alternate reality Billy or something. Like, don't give me that stuff. Just a woman who's lost. That's all you need for that character. So, Scarlet Witch, issue number 8. I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.